For many of us, when we buy food from Costco or we buy food from Superstore, wherever you shop, the first thing we think about is preservation. So the fridge allows you to preserve your food. But the food in the fridge doesn't help you unless you take it out and you eat it. Meaning that the fridge is good to preserve, but the fridge is not good to sustain my life. In the fridge, it looks good. In the fridge, it is nice. But only when I take it out and throw it out, then I can eat it. Church, are you with me? The church is like the throwing room. Meaning that when I come to church and I greet somebody, and somebody tells me happy Sabbath, and somebody encourages me, that allows me to know that somebody cares. That allows me to know that I'm not doing this life alone. That allows me to know that it may be difficult, but I know that He lives. And so the church helps me to continue in the path with God. And that is why, child of God, I want you to understand that coming to church isn't about looking good. Isn't about listening to a preacher. It's literally about sustaining your faith and helping you grow. The church is the throwing room. But some of us, the challenge is when life gets hard, we like to preserve our faith. We like to isolate. We are like wounded lions. We tell ourselves, when I get better and when things improve, then I'll show up. I don't want people at church to be asking me how it is going. I don't want people to be nosy in my business. But the challenge with that is that the more you isolate, yes, you preserve your faith, but your heart can get harder. And so when you come to church, you allow your heart to soften. And the question I have for somebody today is, what freezer may you be in that you need to get out? What is that situation that you put yourself where you are alone, but you're starving in faith? That things are difficult, that you're not as happy as you could be. Because I believe some of us are in the busy freezer. Somebody today is in the wounded freezer. And this one is dangerous because you trusted somebody. You believed in a leader. You put your hopes in a friend, but they betrayed you. And so you did not leave faith. But the challenge is you don't want to trust anybody anymore. You don't connect with anybody anymore. For you, it's me, myself, and I. But the wounded freezer, it doesn't heal you. It only makes you more hurt. Some of you are in the self-sufficient freezer. You know, that's the kind of freezer in which you tell yourself, I don't need anybody. I can handle this. You're the kind of person who doesn't reject people, but you just have outgrown them. The church for you is something that you feel like it's beneath you because you feel like it can't help you. Some of you are in the discouraged freezer. And this one is dangerous because you are the person who you prayed for so long, but the prayers were not answered. You're the person who feels like your progress is stalled. You're asking God to bless your family. You're asking God for a new home, but you're still in the same home after 5 years. You're asking God to elevate your marriage, but it is more difficult and more challenging. You're asking God to help you increase your finances, and your finances still are hand to mouth at the end of the month. You have more money. You have more month than money. It's hard. And you're saying, God, you know what? It's better I don't put my hopes in you anymore because I don't believe that you answer prayers anymore. The discouraged freezer. What's the point? What's the reason? And so, church, I came this morning not to guilt trip you. I came this morning not to stress you, but I simply came to encourage you this morning that if you're going to get better, if your life is going to be more meaningful, you need to start using this thing called Christ the Way more to your benefit, and you will see that your faith will elevate in a different way.